Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm glad you could make it on time. I was about to start telling the tale known as the Edge of Destiny. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Prologue, Dream and Nightmare. The flames were beautiful. They looked like autumn leaves, red and gold, rattling as the wind tore through them, breaking free and whirling into the sky. The village was flying away, thatch and wattle and rafters all were going up in ash. Kaith watched the village and the villagers burn. She was too late. Everything was fire. Still, it was beautiful. Kaith, Silvaria the Firstborn, dropped down from the boulder where she had crouched and stalked slowly into the burning village. Like all of her people, Kaith was slender and lithe, the child of a great tree in a sacred grove. She was one with the natural world. Even her travel leathers bore the vine motifs of her homeland. Kaith pushed silvery hair back from wide eyes, watching for signs of life in the burning village. Only the flames lived. She listened for voices, but only the fire spoke. Kaith didn't fear the fire. She was young and strong, voracious and indomitable and curious, just like fire. It had drawn her here. It was interesting. Who had started it? How? Why? What had this village been called? "I love a bonfire," came a voice, deep and dark, feminine and familiar. Kaith turned to see a Silvari woman garbed in a black orchid gown, as if this were some fancy ball. Kaith's eyes narrowed. "What are you doing here, Foul Lane?" Foul Lane gave the suffering smile of an addict. "The fires drew me. A moth to a flame, just like you." In fact, Foul Lane and Kaith were nothing alike. Foul Lane's hair was jet black, as were her nails and her eyes. They had been that way from the moment the two women emerged from the pale tree. Foul Lane had been all about questions, and Kaith had been all about answers. They were dear to each other and set out together to explore the world, but Kaith's spirit had grown straight and true like a young tree, while Foul Lane's had grown twisted like a poison ivy vine. "Did you set this fire?" Kaith asked. Foul Lane threw back her shock of black hair and breathed smoke through flared nostrils. "A nice idea, but no. It was destroyers. Magma monsters." Kaith shook her head grimly. "They boil up everywhere. The Elder Dragon Primordus is taking back the world." A loud moan came from a burning barn nearby. Kaith rushed to the door, hauled it open, and stared within. The hayloft boiled with black smoke, and the threshing floor was mantled in fire. Against the far wall laid a blackened figure that could hardly have been alive, except that it moaned. Kaith wove among the flames to reach the man and dropped to her knees. His eyes were gone, his face too, just cracked bark over oozy muscle. His lips were half fused. "Burning beast, burning beast, burning." "I will help you," Kaith said. Such sweet words, Foul Lane whispered, kneeling on the other side of the man. "Hope is like oil on the fires of misery." "Is my skin peeled off?" the man groaned. "Is it?" "Yes," Kaith said gently. Foul Lane laughed. "Ho ho ho, you're cruel." "They came from underground," he muttered. "They scrambled up. Roaches, black with bodies of fire." "Destroyers," Foul Lane said. "We'll get you to a Chirurgeon." "Chirurgeon?" Foul Lane gripped Kaith's arm and grinned. "You're doing this for me, aren't you?" "What? No, it's for him." "He's dead already. You're only tormenting him for my sake." "No, I'm not." Foul Lane's eyes blazed. "You want me to feel for him? You want me to feel empathy?" "No," Kaith said. "I mean, yes, of course." "Help me!" the man sputtered, his lips splitting. "I will," Kaith said. Foul Lane's eyes slid closed and her jaw clenched. "You can't win me back." "I'm not trying to win you back. Come with me, Kaith. Join the Nightmare Court." "I'm saving him," Kaith yelled, reaching beneath the blackened figure and hoisting him from the floor. Kaith strode toward the barn doors, but Foul Lane rose in her path and set her hand on Kaith's chest. The touch of her palm blazed like fire. Then a different sort of heat bloomed across Kaith's chest. She pulled back to see the farmer's throat fountaining, severed by Foul Lane's dagger. "What?" Kaith cried, staggering back and falling to her knees. "You killed him!" "I released him. Come with me. I will never turn a nightmare." Foul Lane's eyes flashed. "My touch and the sacrifice of this man have awakened darkness in you." She turned away. "You will be mine again soon." Thank you very much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed. This took a lot of work to make and, of course, some creativity. Please let me know how you liked the prologue and if you're interested in me finishing up the book. I'm open to feedback on how I can make this adventure as exciting and as adventurous as possible. The goal is to release 2 to 3 chapters a week, and again, my sincerest thanks to you all for listening to this tale. Until next time.